Hey, I'm Lynx and I'm an Immortal 3 Initiator main, and today I'm going to show you some of the Skye tips and tricks I have on Bind. This video has been quite well requested, by quite a few of you, so I'm just going to start off by giving you 3 general tips when playing Skye, on any map. This comes in general, any map, not specific to Bind. So first of all, there's the difference between flashes. There's a lot, quite a few flashes you can do with Skye, but the main two are going to be just a pop flash, like so, you pop it around the corner, or like this, and you turn. And you'll see this white bar on the Skye flash, and what this bar means is if you pop it before, the flash isn't going to last as long, and I'll show you here. But if you hold it, and then pop it here, it lasts a lot longer. And when it comes to using each flash, it depends really on the situation you're in. If I'm going for a fast play, and I'm solo, and I just want to peek into something, I can do a quick pop flash and then quickly swing on it. Or even there's tech with Skye where you can glide her flash along the wall, so you can pull your gun out and swing with the flash, so like this. And you see my gun's already pulled out, as opposed to if I flash here, I have to wait to pull up my gun here. But if I glide it along the wall and flash there, my gun's already out for the swing. So that's another cool Skye tech, gliding flashes along the wall to just pull your gun out faster, be able to swing off it really well. Then there's obviously the long flashes you can do for teammates, and a good example I would say on Bind for this is just if you're playing back here on B, you can do one of these high flashes up here, and it will just do the really long full blind flash, and you can have teammates swing off it, or even yourself. If I'm playing here and I do some sort of high flash like this, I can swing off it, or I could also just pop flash here to swing, or once again just glide. But keep in mind, sometimes when you do glide, you will have to pre-turn your flash if it's not all the way around the corner. So that's my first tip for Skye, just the difference between flashes. There's flashes you can glide off walls, there's long flashes, pop flashes, all sorts of flashes you can do, and they're all very situational depending where you are on the map, how you want to help your team, what you're trying to do. Are you trying to just peek in, quickly get a kill, get out? You're trying to set a teammate up, or are you trying to just take info? Because you also have to think and this is the next tip, Skye's flash also gives info. Unlike any other flash initiators KO or breach. So if I blind anyone, it will just say, Skye will just say blinded. It doesn't give you the direct number of how many people are there, but she does just call blinded, and that's how you know there's people there. So maybe it's not as accurate as Fade with her eye, where she can call a number when someone does get pinged, but it still gives you general information on if anyone's there, if there are lurkers there, if we think a stack's there, and off that info we can change our positioning, change our rotates, and it's just really helpful. So that's why Skye was kind of OP. And see, she don't really have rechargeable flashes anymore because they nerfed her ages ago. But that's what makes Skye so OP, is that she's basically a pseudo initiator, and by that I mean not only does she have flash, not only does she have some sort of drone in her dog, a really good one as well, but she also has information with her flashes as well, some sort of fade ice over the type of thing. Skye's just really insane, and she's really good for not only team play but also playing by yourself. And I don't recommend playing by yourself, but in ranked, maybe you need to go for that solo play, maybe your team aren't even bothering playing with you, then Skye's actually a really good character to be able to play aggressive with, passive with, get info with, and just kind of do everything with. Which is really nice when you're looking to pick an agent. And that brings me on to the next tip. Because Skye has so much util in the way that she can flash for herself, get info with her flashes, and also has a dog and ultimate, which is both really good for re-clearing. You should be able to know how to use your util and when, whether that's to re-clear, take a fight, set a teammate up, anything like that. You just need to be able to read the situation and know when you think you can use your util, or when you could go for a re-clear. And this comes with over time with playing Skye, and this just leads me into the next tip of knowing how and when to use your util. So if I'm flashing, why am I flashing? Am I using it to get a kill, get info, re-clear, take space? Why am I using my dog? Am I doing it to set a teammate up, path for them, clear space for them when they're entering, or re-clear space on defense? Skye util, because especially with the flash now, because it's not like it doesn't regen, you need to know when and why you're using util. So just keep in mind how and when you're using util, because that's a lot of the time that's what makes the difference between like a really good initiator and like a mid initiator. It's just like how and when they use util. Do they know, like, are they wasting util? Are they using like util in a way that they get value out of it? Because we also have to remember util does cost money. Because if we're just throwing away our dog, which costs like 300 credits every round, then we're actually just wasting a lot of credits, which isn't like very necessary, and we're not getting much value out of it. So just keep that in mind when playing Skye. Like, these are just general tips at every map. And same with flash, it doesn't recharge anymore, so you just have to be careful when and why you're using flashes. Because if you're using them all early, then you might not have any for retake, or later on when you want to re-clear stuff mid or late round. So just make sure you have a reason to why you're using flash. Is it for info early? Is it mid round your teammates needs a flash? Is it like, are you setting a teammate up, trying to get a kill with it? Like, there's so many possible ways you can use your flashes and dog. Just make sure you're using it in a smart way to either take space, help teammates out, etc. Like, you don't want to be wasting and dumping util, because then we're wasting our util, we're gonna waste credits along with that, and it's just not good. Okay, moving on to attack, I'm just going to show you some like basic dog pathing, or like ways I would flash to help my team enter the site. And I'll give some examples along with it as well. So first of all, I would say dogging for short and lamps is really good. Skye dog like goes really far, like a lot further than like fade prowlers as well. So if you saw my fade video, like I talked about like prowling for lamps. And this dog does the same, and your duelist can go in it, so if you have a raise, you can such a win with it. And this dog literally just clears like everything. It's really nice, you can see it yourself too. Also when entering, what I like to do sometimes is just flash up here, like pop it close to right, because this flash just kind of pings anyone close, even lamps peeking as well. And it just gives you kind of info if anyone's peeking early. And generally, like, your team isn't going to be pushing back site unless you like comment after you take this space, and then you could flash back here. But when you're all the way back here, you're not going to have to flash back site. You don't really need the info on it. If you want to waste a flash on it, because the flash is going to go into no value. So maybe a pop flash like this, if like we're worried about maybe someone being close under here, maybe the enemy's on an eco or something, and we just want to get information. But once again, you can just pull your like dog over here when you're dogging from short. So just keep that in mind as well. Like, you can change your dog pathing up. If we think they're on an eco, maybe the brim one way's here, we can pull the dog in the one way just to clear it. Because a lot of people like to play ratty in the one way. Same with like pushing into bath. Like, you can come down here and just dog all the way like down here, which is also really another like good dog. You get so much value out of doing this. And like it went all the way down, I cleared bench with it. Or like what you can do, you can flash all the way back here and just pop and make sure you're turning from flash. That's like good for like helping your teammates entry. Maybe like you just flash back here, you tell your team to focus on here, and you pop it like behind them while they're swinging, which is really good. Like the enemy's going to see your teammate, try to kill them, and they're just going to get insta-blind by the Skye flash. Or just, once again, general information. If we were doing like a default and you want to flash back here for info, like once again, if you saw my like fade video, I chucked the fade eye back here as a default. You could also do that as a Skye. Just like be careful, because you're gonna have one flash for the rest of the round, so just care of that. But also, if you do take bath, that's a free orb for you or any of your teammates as well. So that's a really good default, or like just a, not even a default, just like a set idea or strat you can do. Taking bath control is really good, as you can get the orb really easily, and that can help your ult economy like really rise. Like, and same thing with like Skye ult. When you're using Skye ult, you want to make sure you're like, you don't want to be chucking it out willy-nilly, but it's also like an ult that you shouldn't just be saving like one every round for. Like, when you get Skye ult, like even if you're playing against an eco, or like you're down numbers, like it's really good. Or like even if you just need info before you hit a site, maybe we're worried they could be stacked A, or maybe they're just playing like more on A, we can just ult get the info and rotate. We can make a call off the info with the seekers. So don't be holding on to your ult, and I say this with about every agent. Like, you could get easily 2 to 3 ults off in a half, like easily. If you're grabbing orbs, you could probably get 4 if you wanted as well. There's so many situations, given situations where you could use your ults, make sure you don't hold on to them, because like I said, even if you're playing against an eco, don't be afraid to use your ult. if you lose one round and you give the enemy momentum, it could flip the whole thing around. And like, some people may tell you ults like this are bad, but trust me, it's better than losing the round, and sometimes you just have to do it. So many people, and I can't stress this enough, just save on the ults like constantly, no matter what character they play. And sometimes you just need to like kind of just have the balls to say fuck it and just chuck your ult. And I'm not saying like just do it randomly or like an idiot, but like you do have to sometimes just chuck your ult out, get the info, like even if you're down numbers, even if you're playing against an eco where you should be favoured to win, but like just chuck it sometimes, guys, you know? Especially if like we're on a bonus or like we're on 4th round, make sure to use that ult, because I guarantee you, like there's 8 more rounds left in the half, and if you've got an ult by round 4, you could probably get 2 more going anyway. Also, another thing I'd like to mention is if you don't like, or maybe you have dog like for short and lamps, but also like a flash you can do from lamps is like, also like if you come here and like your team's like kind of entering from here, you can just bring your flash round and pop it in lamp. So like by the time your teammates are swinging like into lamp, your flash is popped like here, and your team can like kind of just swing off it, and like if anyone's blind, they could get a free kill, you could flush them out of lamps, and it just once again helps your team really entry. And these flashes are like really good support flashes to help your teammates. Same with going out in baths, like if you like want to do the against the wall, pop it and swing, or like just flash for one of your teammates to swing off it so they can swing before you, like, and with the flash, that's also really good. So like flashes like that I really like, and I really love flashes like that, because that's a really good team play and a great way to clear right at close angles like lamps or bench. So I love flashes like that. Make sure you're doing them, because like that is amazing. Oh, and one thing is, if you are flashing, make sure to call your flash. A lot of Skye players say like 3, 2, 1 pop, and they say pop when their flash pops, like so. So I'd say 3, 2, 1 pop, then I popped it, or like 3, 2, 1 pop, and I popped it again. And that's just like a really good way to practice good comms, or like even pre-round telling your duelist, hey, you know, I'm gonna go dog lamps this one, make sure to follow it, or I can flash lamps for you if you ask, or like tell your teammates, if you want to flash, ask me, man. Ask me for a flash if you need one. And then just like communications like this can be the difference between like what makes and breaks a round a lot of the time as well. So Valorant is a team game at the end of the day, and really good communication can really help you win. And I understand in ranked, not everyone's like willing to communicate or doesn't communicate that much, but like maybe you get that odd team that's like really different, or like even like if your team aren't coming back, at least they can listen to you when you're flashing, and so you don't like accidentally full blind them. So I think as initiators in general, and especially as Skye, who's like a flash player as well, like it's really important to call your flashes or your util, because it can like you can make your team play around that util, or you can just like make it so your team doesn't get full blind by your own flashes, because trust me, that happens a lot. Moving on to B anyway, as B, like it's just really good to like dog hookah as Skye. Like you can clear everything, you can clear under hookah. If I even came up further up here, I could get even further. So I clear hookah, then I can drop under, I can clear under, danger, tube. And that's like so much being cleared then. When it comes to flashing out of hookah, normally there'll just be like a smoke here. You'll probably just want a pop flash, like so. Like a nice pop flash to like for your team to jump out with, you'll jump out. Because this pop flash will clear like, well, it'll blind here, or blind front sight, elbow, but elbow will be smoked off, well, hopefully. Anyone peeking here, and it just makes it easy for you to drop into sight from. Another thing is, when coming to B, like Skye dog for long is really good, and once again there's an orb here. So if you're taking this like control early, it's really good for Skye, because once again it's another orb for you or your teammates to just farm out. And once again, like I said, Skye dog is like really long. So like look at all the space I'm clearing with this dog. Like I'm clearing left and I'm clearing right. And that's one thing I would recommend when doing with Skye dog, is like doing your bite at the end of the jump, even if you don't see anyone. And once again, if there's a smoke here, like just pop flash out again with your team. Like simple things, you can flash over if you want for your team to go with, and that will be a longer flash, lead to more full blinds. You can get info and just like, well, you'll like blind literally everything. Close, you'll blind under, you'll blind here. But keep in mind, if I'm sat here and a flash goes over me, I'm not going to get full blind by it. I'm going to get like half flashed, if that. So I'm still going to be able to play this position really well. Obviously your dog should clear that, but in the amount of time you dog from here and get up here, someone could always reposition, especially if there is a smoke here. And small things like that you have to keep in mind. Like, yeah, I did dog there, but they could be there now, so I kind of have to like be careful like where I go, or I still have to clear it, you know. That's why like a pop flash here is good, but a pop flash here also doesn't really clear for under as well. So you kind of just have to be careful with these type of things. And you kind of just have to have faith in your teammates to entry with you, or like if you have a raise on your team, which is really common on bind, maybe they could boom bot this and it goes against here and clears here, or like from hookah, maybe like they're double satcheling out and they're just like seeing where everyone is, and your team can come in after, and you can trade that raise if they die, because that's a duelist job, you know. They take space, and then the team can trade if they die. Moving on to defense, and I'm gonna start off with A, is what you can do is play towards like showers, and just flash early like I said before. And this, like, you're not gonna want to swing off this flash, but this flash does like blind for anything back here. And like I said, these early flashes on defense are really, really good, because Skye will say blinded, and then you'll know if anyone's here. Then off that, you could take an orb off it. If no one gets blinded, like I can walk up and I can get a free orb and just go back all the way back here, and I can go back to jiggling. Or like if I'm on an eco, or like a bad like gun round, I could maybe walk up and try get us like maybe a nice flank on short if we know they're going short. Or maybe I can just like clear all this space, so then on like an eco, my team can stack towards B or something, and I can kind of just hold for the rotate here or something, which is really, really good like positioning, and it really helps your team out on like on the info game, or like being able to stack forward towards B if we know they're gonna hit B, or like just being able to pinch behind them at a time where they don't think they're gonna be able to get pinched is really, really, really good. Like, and I think it is a risky play, but like sometimes, like when, especially when like low buys and ecos, like risky plays are really needed, and like they're really like, some people are afraid to go for them, and some people like do them way too much, and risky plays are just needed sometimes. So keep that in mind, especially like if we're on low buy eco, maybe we're down numbers and we want to re-clear something, then we can go for these type of plays, because we're at an unfavored disadvantage, and we should be trying to like take these plays and make them to like try get numbers back, try make more of an advantage for us by getting more space and getting more info for our team. Also, another thing in baths you can do is like, a lot of the time, if any of you watch pro play, you'll see like a Viper will go across here from B and through the teleporter like here, like so, something like that. And a lot of a good thing you can do, and I did this sometimes in scrims when I used to play scrims, is we'd ask the Viper to like wall up. Then we would pop flash through the wall, and keep in mind I wouldn't get blind here because there's a wall up. We'd pop flash and we would swing off it, and that's like just a really good play. Once again, if you're on an eco or something, or trying to take good space and map control, you can do to like maybe get a free kill, because a lot of times like ciphers like to like hold back here or like lurk down into baths, or you can just like get the info, get a kill, you know, like I said, and off that info your team can stack. You can take the orb once again. So like plays like this are really, really good. And once again, if you don't have a Viper, like that's completely fine. You can ask a Brim to smoke here in Astra, and you can do the exact same thing by just pop flashing out like here. So just like really like simple strats you can make up on the spot with your ranked teammates as well. Going on to short, like what you could do early is maybe dog. Like I don't think using your dog this early though is very good. You could also like maybe flash early, but I think this flash is really easy to hide from, especially if you're doing it often. Like people here can like just tuck here, people around here can just tuck around this corner. So maybe not too many things to do by short. Maybe you could like, if you're on an eco once again, you could flash here, maybe get info, and like you could play around the TPs a lot on defense. Let's keep this in mind. And we could dog through hookah if maybe our team are in hookah and they're calling like, oh, they're pushing B, they're pushing B. I could like dog through here. I could get like a nice like bite on someone if they're walking into hookah. Maybe I'll bite someone here and one of my teammates TP through. Or I could flash like this and jump through the TP, and that opens the door. But I could also like pop it earlier as well to get like a nice blind. So something like this, then I could like maybe walk through, get a kill. And you'll see like like here, it's really good for like a hookah pinch, like if they're walking in, like I said. Like maybe you have like a teammate jiggling here or something to like for the info, or like playing in these corners like rats. And once again, these are just like risky plays, but good eco plays, or like really good trap plays you can make up on the spot. And these are like a really good plays to make. Moving on to B, you're gonna mainly want to be playing B long a lot of Skye. The early flash here is really good, because once again, if no one's there, you can just grab the orb instantly. You can also walk down sometimes. Once again, I think this is a more risky play, maybe for the ecos. Though you can do it in full buys as well, like especially if like they're committing a lot to like hard A's, or like they're 5-stacking A and you want to get a nice flank, or they're defaulting a lot and you've found like a kind of like a gap in their timing or like in their setup, and you can just walk through and get all this like really good info here. And once again, if I'm down here, my team can just stack towards A. Seeing if I walk all the way down here, my team can stack towards B. So just like really good things to keep in mind of. Also, if I cross to the right side early and I know they're going through or maybe they're already in baths, like I can like dog from all the way back here or even close, and I can just dog through the teleporter and like bite anyone in here like with my dog to help my teammates refight baths. We can also pinch baths, so if they're in baths, or like maybe they have a Skye as well, or like a fade, and they're dogging or prowlering from here, I can do what I did like by hookah, or like in the hookah TP, and I can just like pop flash through once again, open this door and kill anyone early, or like I can just TP through, and then like flash around this corner instead and like fight. And like if we get a nice pinch here, then they're gonna be trapped in baths, or maybe I get an early kill here. And then, like, we're already up numbers. Like, once again, if I come take this orb early, or, like, if I just TP through and we, like, kill people in baths, not only do we take the space back in baths, not only do we get kills, but we also get this orb again if it's not taken before. So just, like, really good things to keep in mind of, and how to, like, play for map control. And there's so many, like, trap plays you can do with Skye, or, like, so many, like, ways to set yourself and your teammates up on Skye. It's so incredible and amazing. Skye is such a great character for doing these plays, and like I said, just make sure your team know what you want to do pre-round. Like, make sure you're coordinated with your ideas, make sure you're all on the same page, because if I'm doing this TP play, even like in a hookah or here, my team aren't on board, I'm probably just gonna in and throw. I'm not gonna lie. Like, you're probably you might get one, but you'll probably die, or like maybe you don't even get one and you just die. And you also have to take into consideration, if I'm TPing like off B here to go through A, that leaves like a massive gap in our defense if I leave B open, because I've just left B to go all the way across the other map through the teleporter to A, and you know, they could take that timing on B as well. They could take that timing, find the gap in my defense, and they could execute B while I'm gone. So just things to think about. Also, like, if you do hit anyone with your flash early B, don't be afraid. Like, don't think you have to force fight this. A lot of Skies think they have to force fight long, and it is good to, like, you can maybe like fight sometimes. Maybe you have like a raise on the right and like you pop flash and you both swing together, you get some kills. But sometimes if you're alone, you can just go all the way back to elbow and play the retake with your team. You can play the, like, if you get smoked off here, you can pop flash and swing on their execute. And like if your team's like back here, like one of your teammates is back there, and you can swing with him or something like that. Or you can just fully play a retake and dog back from elbow and like just get info for your team and play like a 5-man retake. Things like that aren't bad, and giving up space isn't all bad. If like we're gonna play a retake fully with our team, if it's a coordinated retake we're gonna play, or if we're just gonna like re-clear like long again, like later in the round, like I can dog from elbow and clear all the way down here. I can make my dog like dive and bite all the way down here, so I can get all that info on B long, then I can go back to jiggling it. But also, like, if you have this line here, if we don't blind anyone, like, let's not just walk back and give it away. Let's keep the space, like jiggle, you can jump peek. Let's just keep this space for the whole round. And it might be like, it might seem really boring, but at the end of the day, you've got like this massive line here, and keeping that line is so much info for your team, as we know they can't be B long anymore. As long as we're jiggling here, we're spotting. And like when you're spotting, you don't want to, like, once you see someone, you don't want to wide swing and try to commit to a fight. You're just jiggling for info here, and you can go back. Same with any other character, like if you're playing Fade on this map or something, like things like that are really good, and you can just play the jiggle and the jump spot. And going on to hookah and defense, like I never really play hookah Skye on defense. But what you can do is like something like a nice pop flash here, and you can swing off it, you can glide it along the wall, pop, your gun's out, get a nice maybe like cheeky kill, go back, or just get general info. And like things like this, once again, a risky play early, maybe that they could be holding you, they could be playing anti-flash around the corners. But you just have to like, sometimes if you're down numbers, or just like want to mix it up, maybe the tempo, because that's a good thing to do like as a strategy. Maybe you're playing like really passive on defense, maybe you want to change up that tempo and go for a bit of an unexpected aggressive play. Something like this, swing in, get a kill, get out, or like just get some damage. But you don't want to like overstay your visit a lot of the time. So when doing aggro plays like this, you don't want to just like stay wide and stay there, because you're going to get punished for playing like bad positioning like that. If you stay around, you get your kill, you get out. You don't have to get more than one kill. Once you get a kill and it's like a 5v4, you've basically won the round as long as you trade properly. And I know that's easier, like it is like easier said than done, but like that's literally how it is. If it's a 5v4 and our team's trading properly, we instantly win the round. So if we're getting advantage kills from aggressive plays, make sure we can't play the numbers advantage or like any advantage we have, because it's super important to keep that advantage. Moving on to retakes from A, just simple dogs, like even from CT like this, going all the way into lamps you can clear. Like I said, the dogs are really long on Skye, so you can get a lot of info. Like same from here, you can go through lamps again if you wanted, you could go through front side, like bench, clear all the way in baths if you wanted. There is, like the Skye dog is so long you could clear virtually anywhere. Same with flashes. I can't really tell you what flashes to do, because once again, they're all situational. If you want to take lamps, like a flash like this maybe, glide it along the wall and swing off it again. Something like that. I could like pop flash from here. I could go all the way around. Like a lot of people like smoke here or like here. I could pop flash from here, swing out with my team. Maybe like one of my teammates like asks for a flash, I can like do one of these like long flashes over truck or something. Once again, flashes are just really situational, depends where you are on the map, what your team want, what util you have. Maybe you don't have the dog for the retake, maybe you don't have any flashes for the retake, or only one flash, you know? So a lot of the time it just comes down to your util. You could clear like the whole of B site with a dog, you could even like dog from here to clear elbow if you're unsure if elbow is clear, which is also like a really nice dog to do. And you get like a good chunk of sight clear as well with these dogs. Like no matter where you dog from, you're gonna get like so much info off it anyway and help your team entry. And like also from here you can flash all the way in here. This flash just it's quite a non-expected flash if you really think about it. Not many people are gonna be expecting a flash from here, but anyone like front sight's gonna get blind, back sight they're gonna probably be hidden from it, so just care. But like flashes like this are quite cool, or like I said again, if you're smoked off here, just a simple pop flash to go with your team. But once again, make sure you're calling your flash. Say I'm gonna go pop flash, we'll just say 3, 2, 1 pop, and then your team know that you're doing this flash, or like they know to be ready for the pop. So that way if you full blind them, it's not really your fault necessarily, it's more they weren't maybe ready for it. It's just really good to calm your util to make sure everyone's on the same page, like I said before. Anyways, I think that's it for Skye. There's not really much to talk about. Like I said, a lot of things are very, very situational, depending on where you are, who you're playing with, maybe a serve raise or something. Depending on what util you have, depending on what util your teammates are asking for, depending on what you think you need to do, either if it's like a mid-round clear or like early information, like stuff like that, or just like general util on an execute you want to do. Like every round's gonna be different when you play Skye, I feel like a lot. Like there's basic defaults like flashing down B long a lot, or like basic like dogs from here, but flashes, it comes to like situational type of things, like where you're gonna pop flash and stuff depending on the enemy util as well. So just keep that in mind. Anyway, that's it for this video. I just want to say, as usual, I do have a Discord server and I'm trying to build a community on there. So if you're interested in trying to find people to play ranked with, or just trying to talk to anyone in the community about anything Valorant related or just anything in general, then make sure to check out my Discord. I'm also going to be streaming on Twitch soon, so make sure to check out my Twitch, leave a follow on there if you'd like, and make sure to like and subscribe if you like this video, and comment down below or in my Discord server what videos you would like to see next, what agents, what maps, like even like videos like aim videos like I've done before, or even videos to do with game sense, because I love taking you guys' video suggestions in, and I like doing what you guys suggest, and it's really, really helpful for me as well. And with that, thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next one.